way the promenade!
Good master! Heftier! Where's the master? Play the men!
I pray not him below!
Where is the master?
Do you not hear him? You moral labor!
God be patient!
When the sea is! Hence, what tears these rowers for the name of the king? Silence! Together! Trouble us not!
But remember who thou hast apart!
None that I more love than myself! You are a counselor. If you can command these elements to silence and work the peace of the present, we will not bend a rope more. Use your authority. If you cannot, give thanks you have lived so long, and make yourself ready in your cabin for the mischance of the hour, if it so have. Cheer in my heart, out of the way I say.
I have a great comfort from this fellow. Methinks he has no dry bark upon him. Good faithful thinks he's hanging. Takes the blessing of his destiny out. Keep on! Left!
Down the topmast! Yar! Lower! Lower! Bring it to try with the main course! They're older than the weather of our office. Yet again, what do you hear? Shall we go over and drown? Are you going to sing?
Impossible to boldly blasphemous and charitable dog!
Or to use them?
Take your head! You insolent noise maker! Red is afraid to be drowned at the word! I want to hear from Joey! That the ship is no stronger than an oxen! And I think it has a state winch!
Let her hold! A hold! Set up your forces! Out to sea again! Let her hold! What? Must our mouths be cold?
The queen and princess press! Let us see them! We are merely cheating of our lives by drunken! You will want to arrest them! You don't mind like joining the washing of this night! He'll be hanged! Thou every drop of water sweats against him, and gave me water to crack him! Mercy on us! Where's Christ? Where's
So, lie there, my aunt.
Well, their eyes have comfort. The direful spectacle of the rack, which touched the very virtue of compassion in thee, I have with such provision in mine art, so safely ordered, that there is no soul. No, not so much perdition as a hair beat into any creature in the vessel, which thou heardst cry, which thou sawest sink. Sit down, for thou must now go further.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped and left me to a bootless inquisition, including stay. Not yet.
The hour is now come. The very minute bids thee ope thine ear, obey, and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came unto this cell? I do not think thou canst, for thou wasn't felt 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can.
By what? By any other house or person? Of anything the image tell me thou hast kept with thy remembrance.
'Tis far off and rather like a dream than an assurance that my remembrance warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women once tended me?
Thou hast, and more, Miranda. But how is that this lives in thy mind? What seest thou else in the dark, backward and abysm of time? If thou rememberest what ere thou camest here, how thou camest here thou mayst.
But that I do not.
12 years since, Miranda. 12 years since. Thy father was Duke of Milan, and the Prince of Power.
Sir, are not you my father?
Your mother was a piece of virtue, and she said thou wast my daughter, and your father was Duke of Milan, and his only heir, a princess, nowhere issued.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence? Or blessed was we did?
Both, my girl. By foul play, as thou sayest, were he thence, but blessedly warp hither.
Oh, my heart bleeds to think of the teen that I have turned you to, just from my remembrance. Please, your father?
My sister, and thy auntie, called Antonia. I pray thee, mark me, that a sister should be so perfidious. She, who makes thyself of all the world I loved, and to her put the manager of my state, as at that time to all the signories it was first, and Prospero the pride duke, being so reputed in dignity, and for the liberal arts without a parallel. Those being all my studies, the government I cast upon my sister, and to my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret studies. Thy false auntie, dost thou attend me?
Sir, most heedfully.
Being once perfected how to grant suits, how to deny, who to advance and who to trash for overtopping, new created the creatures that were mine, I say, or changed them, or else new formed them, having both the key of officer and office, set all hearts in the state to attune pleased her ear, that now she was the ivy that had hid my princely trunk, and sucked my virgin outward. Thou attends not.
Oh, good sir, I do.
I pray thee mark me. I, thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to closeness and the bettering of my mind, with that which, but by being so retired, overpriced on popular rate, in my false sister awaked an evil nature, and my trust, like a good parent, did beget of her a falsehood in its contrary so great as my trust was, which had indeed no limit, a confidence unsbound. She being thus worded, not only with what my revenue, but what my power might else exact, like one having it to choose by telling of it, made such a sinner of her memory to credit her own lie. She did believe she was indeed the duke, out of the substitution and executing the outward face of royalty with all prerogative. Hence, her ambition growing. Dost thou hear?
Your tale, sir, would cure deafness.
To have no screen between this part she played and her she played before, she needs will be absolute Milan. Me, poor man, my library was dukedom large enough. Of temporal royalties she thinks me now incapable. Confederates, so try she was for sway, with the Queen of Naples, to give her annual tribute, do her homage, subject her coronet to her crown, and bend the dukedom yet unbowed. Alas, poor Milan, to most ignoble stooping.
Alack, for pity.
Mark her condition and event, and tell me if this might be a sister.
I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. Good wombs have borne bad sons.
Now the condition. The Queen of Naples, being an enemy to me, inveterate, hearkens my sister's suit, which was that she, in lieu of the premises of homage and I know not how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom and confer fair Milan with all the honors on my sister. Whereon, a treacherous army levied, one midnight, fated to the purpose, did Antonia open the gates of Milan. And in the dead of darkness, the ministers for the purpose hurried thence, me and thy crying self.
I, not remembering how I cried out then, will cry it over again. It is a hint that brings mine eyes to it.
Hear a little further, and then I'll bring thee to present business, which now's upon us, without the which this story were most impertinent.
Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Well demanded, wench. My tale provoked that question. There they does not, so deal the love my people bore me, nor set the marks so bloody on the business, but with colors fairer painted their foul errors. In few, they hurried us aboard the bark, bore us some leagues to sea where they prepared the rotten carcass of a boat. Not rigged, nor tackle, sail, nor mast, the very rats instinctively have queried. There they hoist us, to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity, sighing back again, did us but loving wrong.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, a cherubim thou wast, thou didst preserve me, thou didst smile, infused with a fortitude from heaven. When I have decked the sea with joyful salt, under my burden groan, which raised in me an undergoing stomach, to bear up against what should ensue.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine, some food we have and some fresh water, that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzala, out of her charity, being then appointed master of this design, did give us, with rich garments, linen, stuffs, and accessories, which since have stated much. So, of her gentleness, knowing I love my books, she furnished me from my own library with volumes that I prize above my duty.
Might I but ever see that day?
Now I arise. Sit still and hear the last of our Caesar. Here, in this island, we arrived, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, made thee more profit than other princes can, that have more time for vain rounds, and tutors not so careful.
Heavens thank you for it. And now, I pray you, sir, for still 'tis beating in my mind your reason for raising this sea storm.
Know thus far forth, by accident most strange, bountiful fortune, now my dear lady, hath mine enemies brought to this shore. And by my prescience I find my zenith doth depend upon a most auspicious star, whose influence if now I could not but omit, my fortunes will ever after do. Here's his more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. It is a good dullness, and give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come away, servant, come. I am ready now. Approach, my Ariel, come!
All hail, great master, grave sir. Hail, I come to answer thy message, leisure. Be it to fly, to swim, to dive into the fire, to ride on the curled clouds, to thy strong bidding task, Ariel and all his quality.
Hast thou, spirit, performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article. I boarded the queen's ship, now on the beak, now on the waist, the deck, in every cabin I flamed amazement. Sometimes I divide and burn in many places. On the topmast, the yard, and bowsprit, I would flame distinctly. Then, meet and join Jove's lightning, the precursor of the dreadful thunderclaps, more momentary and sight outrunning or not. The fire and cracks of sulphurous roaring, the most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege and make his bold waves tremble, yet his dread trident shake.
My brave spirit, who was so firm, so constant that his coil will not infect his reason?
Not a soul but felt a fever of the mad and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged in the foaming brine and quit the vessel, then all afire with me. The queen's son, Ferdinand, with hair upstaring, bent like reeds, not hair, was the first man that leaped, cried, "Hell is empty, and all the devils are here!"
Why, that's my spirit. But was not this night shore?
Close by, my master.
But are the Ariels safe?
Not a hair perished. On their stained garments not a blemish, but fresher than before. And, as thou badst me, in troops I have dispersed them about the isle. The queen's son have I led by himself, while a cooling of the air with sighs, in an odd angle of the isle, his arms in this sad knot.
Of the queen ship, the mariners, say how thou had disposed and all the rest of the fleet.
Safely in harbor is the queen's ship. In the deep nook where once thou callest me up at midnight to fetch dew from the still next Bermudes. There she's hid. The mariners all under hatches stowed, who, with a charm joined to their suffered labor, I had left asleep. And as for the rest of the fleet which I dispersed, they have all met again, and are upon the Mediterranean float, bound sadly home for Naples, supposing they saw the queen's ship wrecked, and her great person perish.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed. But there's more work. What is the time of the day?
Past the mid-season.
At least 2 glasses. The time twixt 6 and now must by us both be spent most precious.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost give me pains, let me remember thee what thou hast promised, which is not yet performed me.
How now? Moody? What is thou canst demand?
My liberty.
Before the time be out, no more.
I prithee, remember I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, made no mistakings, served without grudge or grumblings. Thou did promise to bake me a full year.
Dost thou forget from what a torment I did free thee?
No.
Thou dost. And think it much to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp winds of the north, to do me business in the vines of the earth when it is baked with frost.
I do not, sir.
Thou liest, malignant thing! Hast thou forget the foul witch Sycorax, whom with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Where was she born? Speak, tell me.
Sir, in Archer.
Oh, was she so? I must once in a month recount what thou hast been, which thou forgettest. This foul witch Sycorax, for mischiefs manifold and sorceries terrible to enter human hearing, from Archer, thou knowest, was banished. For one thing she did, they would not take her life, is not this true?
Aye, sir.
This blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. Thou, my slave as thou report thyself, was then her servant. And for thou wast a spirit too delicate to act her earthy and abhorrent commands, refusing her grand hests, she did confine thee, by help of her more potent ministers and in her most unmitigable rage, into a cloven pipe, within which rift imprisoned thou did painfully remain 12 years. Within which space she died and left thee there, where thou didst vent thy groans as fast as mill will strike. Then was this island, save for the sun that she did litter here, a freckled whelp hagpaw, not honored with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban, her son.
Don't think I say so. That Caliban, whom now I keep in service. Thou best knowest what torment I did find thee in. Thy groans did make wolves howl and penetrate the breast of ever angry bears. It was a torment to lay upon the damned, which Sycorax could not again undo. It was mine art, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gape the pine and let thee out.
I thank thee, master.
If thou murmurest, I will rend an oak and peg thee in his naughty entrails till thou hast howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, master. I will be correspondent to command, and do my spreading gently.
Do so, and after 2 days I will discharge you.
That's my noble master. What shall I do? Say, what shall I do?
Go make thyself like a nymph of the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. Go take this shape and hither come it. Go. Hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hast slept well. Awake.
The strangeness of your story put heaviness in me.
Shake it off. We'll visit Caliban, my slave. Whenever ills us can answer.
'Tis a villain, sir, I do not love to look on.
But as 'tis, we cannot miss him. He does make our fire, fetching our wood, and serves in offices that profit us. What ho, slave! Thou, speak!
There's wood enough within.
Come forth, I say. There's other business for thee. Come, thou tortoise, when? Fine apparition, my great Daniel. Hearken thine ear.
My lord, it shall be done.
Thy poisonous slave got by the devil himself upon thy wicked dam. Come forth!
As wicked do as her my mother brushed raven feather from unwholesome vent, drop on you both. Yourself is blowing you, blister you all over.
For this, Bishop, tonight thou shalt have cramps. Urge he shall, for the vast of night that they may work, all exercise will be. Thou shalt be pinched as thick as honeycombs, each pinch more stinging than bees that made them.
I must eat my dinner. This island's mine by Sycorax, my mother, which thou didst from me. When thou camest first, thou strokes me, and made much of me. Was give me water, embarrassment. Would teach me how to make bigger light, how bless would burn by day and night. And then I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of the island. Fresh springs, brine pits, barren land and fertile, cursed be I that did so! All the charms of Sycorax, toads, beetles, bats like on you! For I am all the subject that you have, which first was mine, O king! And here you stand, in this hard rock, what you do keep from me the rest of the island.
Thou was lying slave, whom strike not kindness! I have used thee, filth as thou art, and lodged thee in mine own cell, till thou dost seek to violate the honor of my child!
Oh, what's had been done? Don't this prevent me? I had people else decide with cannibals.
To avoid slit! This... I took pity on thee, taught thee to shower one thing or other, taught thee how to speak, when thou didst not, savage, know thine own meaning, but thou wouldst dabble, like a thing most brutish. I endowed thy purposes with words. When thou didst... thy vile race, though thou didst learn, had that in which good natures could not abide to be with. Therefore wast thou deservedly confined into this rock, who hadst deserved more than a prison.
You taught me language, and the only profit I have learned is I know how to curse. The red plague rate you for learning your language.
Axe in hands, fetch us in fuel and be quick, thou art best to answer other business. Shrugs thou, Manus! If thou neglectst or dost unwillingly what I command, I'll rack thee with all crabs, fill all thy bones with aches, make thee roar that beast shall tremble at thy din.
No, prithee! I must obey. These earth is of such power it would control my flames, but set the button and make a bastard of me.
So, slave, hence.
spirit waits upon some god of the island. Sitting on a bank, weeping again, the queen, my mother's wrack. This music crept by me upon the water, allaying both their fury and my passion with its sweet air. Thence I have followed it, or it hath drawn me, rather. But this god, no, it begins again. Oh, fathom five, thy mother lies, of her bones of coral made. Those are curls that were her eyes. Nothing of her that doth fade, but to suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. See nymphs loudly ring her knell, ding dong, ding dong. Hark now, I hear them, ding dong bell. The ballad does remember my grandmother. This is no mortal business, nor no sound that the earth owes. Hear it now above me. The fringed curtains of thine eye advance, and say what thou seest yon.
What is it? A spirit? Lord, how it looks about. Believe me, sir, it carries a brain form, but 'tis a spirit.
No witch. It eats and sleeps, and hath such senses as we have, such. This gallant which thou seest was in the rack, and, but he's something stained with grief, that beauty's canker, thou mightst call him a goodly person. He have lost his fellows and strays about to find them.
I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
It goes on, I see, as my soul fancy. Spirit by spirit, I free thee within 2 days for this.
Most sure, the goddess on whom these airs attend. Vouchsafe my prayer, may no few remain upon this island, and that you will some good instruction give how I may bear me here. My prime request, which I do last pronounces. Oh, you wonder if you be maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
My language, heavens! I am the best of them that speak this speech, were I but were to spoken.
How now? The best? What were thou with the Queen of Naples, heard thee?
A single thing, as I am now, that wonders to hear thee speak of Naples. He does hear me, and that he does, I weep. Myself am Naples, with mine eyes, never since that ebb, beheld the Queen, my mother, racked.
Alack, for mercy!
Yes, faith and all her lords, the Duke of Milan and her brave son being twain.
The Duke of Milan and his more braver daughter could control thee, if now thou fit to do it. At the first sight they have changed eyes. Delicate Arian, I'll set thee free for this.
A word, good sir! I fear you've done yourself some wrong. A word!
They are both in other powers, but this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. One word more, I charge thee that thou wilt tell me.
Why speaks my father so ungently? This is the third man that e'er I saw, the first that e'er I sighed for. Pity move my father to be inclined my way.
Oh, if a virgin in your affections not gone forth, I'll make you the Queen of Naples.
Soft, sir! One word more. Thou dost here usurp the name thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy to win it from me, Lord on't.
Nor as I am a man.
If the ill spirit have so fair a house, good things would strive to dwell with it.
Speak not before him, he's a traitor. Come, follow me. I'll manacle thy neck and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink. Thy food shall be the fresh brook mussels with the roots and husks when in the acorn cradle. Follow.
No. I will resist it in payment until my enemy has more power.
Maybe not too rash a trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful.
What I say? My foot, my tutor? Put thy sword up, traitor, who makes the show but does not strike. Thy conscience is so possessed with guilt. Come from thy word, for I can here disarm thee with this stick and make thy weapon drop!
Speak you, father!
And hang not to my garments.
Have pity, I'll be his surety.
Silence! One word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. What? An advocate for an impostor? Hush! Thou thinks there is no more such shapes as he, having seen but him in Calban? Foolish wench, twould most of men deceive the Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Come on, obey. Thy nerves are in their infancies again and have no vigor in them.
So they are. My spirits, as in a dream, are all bound up. My mother's lost. The weakness which I feel, the wreck of all my friends, nor this man's step whom I am subdued, are but like to me. Might I but through my prison once a day behold this maid, all corners of the earth, let liberty make use of. Space enough have I in such a prison.
It works. Come, follow. Well, hark what thou wilt shall do.
Be of comfort. My father's of a better nature, sir, than he appears by speech. This is unwanted which now came to him.
Thou shalt be as free as mountain winds, but at exactly due or point of my command.
To the syllable.
Come, follow me. Speak not for him.
Beseech you, David, be merry. You have cause so have your own joy. For our case is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common. Every day some sailor's wife, the master of some merchant, and the merchant is just our thing of woe. But for the miracle, I mean our preservation, few in millions can speak like us. Then why is he good day? Where our sorrow for our comfort?
Oh, pretty piece. She receives cover like all poor. The visitor will not give her so. She's winding up the watch of her week. By and by it will stretch.
Then what? So, when every grief is entertained that's upward, comes to the entertainer.
$1.
The Lord comes to him in him. You have spoken truer than your purpose.
You have taken it wisely with a man to show.
Therefore, my lady.
Why, what a spend we think she of her tongue.
I prithee spare. Well, I have done. But yet,
She will do so. Which of her Reggiana for a good wager first begins to drop.
let's proceed.
That we see. The wager. All after.
Though this island seems deserted,
So you're paid.
uninhabitable and almost inaccessible,
Yep.
yet
She could not miss it.
it needs must be of subtle, tender, and delicate temperance.
Temperance was a delicate wrench. And it's subtle, as she must learn little.
The air breathes upon us here most sweetly.
As if we had cut the lungs and rotten ones. Always were perfumed by a fan.
Here is everything advantageous to life.
True. Same means to live.
How lush and lusty the grass looks. How green.
The ground indeed is stony. And I bring it, yes. It's not much. No, she doesn't mistake the truth totally.
But the rarity of it is, which is almost beyond credit,
As many words rarities are.
is that our garments, being as they were, drenching the sea, hold notwithstanding their freshness and gloss, being rather new dyed as they with salt water.
She spoke one, but one of her pockets could speak with nothing she likes. Aye, a very tall slip pocket after for.
Methinks our garments are now as fresh as when we put them on first in Africa, and the very
Tunis was never great before with such a arrogant queen.
Not since widow Dido's time.
Widow? Oh, so that how came that widow lived? Widow Dido. What if she had said widow Ernest too? Good Lord, how you make it?
Widow Dido said you. You make me study of that. She was of Carthage, not of Tunis.
This Tunis day was Carthage.
Carthage?
I assure you, Carthage.
Her word is more than a miraculous heart. She had raised the wall and houses too. What impossible matter will she make it next?
I think she will take this out at home in her pocket and give her some for an apple.
And sowing the kernels of beans in the sea, bring 4 more islands.
Hey,
One at a time.
Dave, we were talking that our garments are now as precious when we wear them at the marriage of your daughter who is now queen.
And the rarest that ever came there.
Dave, I beseech you, widow Dido.
Widow Dido. Oh, Widow Dido.
Dave, isn't my doublet as precious when I wear it for the first time? I mean a sword.
That sword was well fished for.
When I wear it at your daughter's marriage.
You cram these words into my ears again, the stomach of my sense. Would I had never married my daughter there. For coming thence, my son is lost, and in my rage she too, who is so far from Italy removed. I ne'er again shall see her. O thou mine heir of Naples and of Milan, what strange fish has made his meal on thee?
Dame, he may live. I saw him beat the surgeons under him and ride upon their backs. He trod the water, whose enmity he flung aside, and breasted the surgeon was sullen and met him. His bull head, both contemptuous waves he kept, and oared himself with his bold arms he lost his stroke to the shore, that over his wayward made his bound and stooping to relieve him. I not doubt he came alive to land.
No. No. He's gone.
Dave, you may thank yourself for this great loss.
You will not bless our Europe.
With your daughter, but rather lose her to Africa, where she at least is banished from Iraq. Who can cost about the grip on it?
Privy peace.
You are nil to and importunate otherwise, by all of us, and the fair soldiers away between loudness and obedience, with which and Agabi should both. We have lost your son. I fear forever Milan and Naples have more widows in this business making than bring men to comfort them. Default to Rome.
So is the dearest of the lost.
Lady Sebastian! The truth you speak that lacks some gentleness, and I to speak it in. You rub the soil when you should bring the plaster.
Very well, and most originally.
It is foul weather in our soul, my lady, when you are cloudy. Foul weather.
Very foul.
And I plantation of desire, my lady.
So we could nettle seeds or dogs or man.
And when the queen on what did I do?
Escape being drunk, or once a while.
In the Commonwealth, I by countries execute all things. For no kind of traffic could I admit. No name of magistrate. Letters should not be known. Riches, poverty, and use of service, none. No use of oil, corn, or wine, anything. No occupation. All men idle, all. And women too, but innocent and pure. No sovereignty.
Yet she would be queening the latter and the for Commonwealth forgets the beginning.
All nature should bring forth of its own kind. All faith and all abundance to feed my innocent people.
No very commercial subject. None big. All idle, horse and knaves.
I'm such perfection governing. Take stand upon the knees! Save her majesty! And go on with thee!
Bring me no more. This does nothing to me.
I do well believe your highness, and need it to minister occasion to these gentle women, who are such sensible and nimble lungs that they always used to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
When this kind of merry fooling nothing to you, so you will continue and laugh at nothing still.
What a blow was there given, and it had not fallen that long.
We are gentle women of brave metal. You leave the moon outposts of her spirit in 5 weeks. If she wouldn't change her position.
We would so, and then go back home. Then could my lady be not angry?
No, I warrant you. I not adventure my discretion so weakly. You love this. Very, very
wish my eyes would, with themselves shut out my thoughts.
I'm fine. Very glad to do so.
Please, you take, do not, they have it offered already. It's sudden with sorrow, when it doesn't with comfort.
Read to my lady, will watch your sleep, and take your safety.
Oh, thank you. Oh, wondrous heavy.
What strange drowsiness possesses them?
It is the quality of the climate.
Why that is not in our Alice? I find not misunderstood.
Nor I. My spirits are nimble. They fell together always by consent. They dropped us by a thunderstroke. What might, worthy Sebastian, oh, what might? No more. And yet, to think I sit in thy face as there should be. The occasion speaks it, and my strong imagination sees a cloud dropping upon thy head.
Why are they waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do, and surely it is a sleep language, and the speak is out of the sleep. What you don't really say? It is a strange supposed to be asleep, with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, and yet so fast asleep.
Don't let thy fortune sleep. Die rather. Wings for the one waking.
Thou dost not distinguish there is meaning in thy snores.
I'm more serious than my custom. It must be so too, if hidden. Wish to do trouble slow.
While I'm standing water,
I'll teach you how to fall.
just so, to add very slow instruct.
Oh, if you but knew how you the purpose cherish or the theme of it, how in stripping it more invested, every man literally at the bottom wound by their own fear or to love.
Read it, say on. He said, in on the night in shipwreck on the matter from, and the bird indeed which stores in much to you.
Yes. Then, although this tale of sweet remembrance, who shall be of us little memory when she is heard, hath here most persuaded, for she's a spirit of persuasion, only professing to persuade. The queen, her sons alive, it is impossible that he's undrowned as she that lives here swims.
I have no hope in his drunk.
Oh, out of that, no hope. What great hope have you? No hope is another way so high afloat that even ambition cannot feel so weak, but thou discovery there. Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is wrong? He's wrong. Then tell me, who's the next heir of Naples?
Clarabelle?
She that is queen of Tunis? She that can duel 10 leagues beyond man's life? She that from Naples can have no note, unless the sun will fall, the many the most who slow, the we were chiefly water waterwood. She that from whom we all were sea swallowed, though some cast again, and by that destiny to perform an act whereof what's past is prologue, what's to come is yours and my discharge.
Who would stop with this? How say you? 'Tis true my sister's daughter, Queen of Tunis, so if she heir of Naples, twixt which region will some speak?
A space whose every cubit seems to cry out, how shall that rival measure her back? Keeping Tunis unless Sebastian wake. Say these were death that now sees them, why they were no worse than they are. There be that can rule Naples as well as she that sleeps here. Lord that can pray selfless unnecessarily as this Gonzala. I myself could make a chop of a big chat. Oh, that you bore the mind that I do. What a sleep for this for your advancement. Do you understand
You
me?
think I do?
And how does your content of your own good fortune?
I remember you to plan brother Prosper.
True. And look how well my garments sit upon me, and much fitter than before. My brother's servant used to be my fellows, now they are my men.
Your conscience.
Indeed. Where lies that? It sore tried to put me to my sleeper, but I feel not mistaken in the bosom. 20 consciences that stand twixt me and Milan, can it be then never they molest? Here lies your sister, no better than the earth she lies upon, if she were as now she's like. That's dead. Whom I, disobedient still, 3 inches of it, would lay to bed forever, while you, with us, to the perpetual sleep of my
became a president of the Occupants Milan, our company, draw the gun. One stroke shall free me from the tribute which thou pays. I, the queen, shall love. Draw together. And when I wear my hand, do the like to hold it on one's arm. Oh, but one word.
My master, through his art, foresees the danger that you, his friend, are in, and sends me forth to warn you, for else his project dies. While you do here snoring by, open-eyed, conspiracy. If of life you have a care, shake off your slumber and beware. Awake! Awake!
Let us both be saddened.
Good evening, present the queen!
Why? How now? Oh, awake! Why are you drowned? Wherefore this ghastly looking?
While we stood here securing our bolts, even now I heard hollow bursts of battle and like bolts of other lines. Did not make you? It struck my ear most terribly.
I heard nothing.
Oh, it was a need to fight the monsters here, to make an earthquake. For it was the horn of the sound of a horn of lions.
Forgive me, Gonzala.
Upon my undertake, I heard the humming, and that a strange one too, which did wake me. I shake to them and cried. As mine eyes opened, I saw their weapons drawn. These pests we stand upon our guard, not that they quit with this place. They draw weapons.
Lead up this ground, and let's make further search for my poor son. Lead away!
Heaven keep him from this beast, for he is sure in the island.
Prospero, my lord, shall know what I have done. Good queen, go forth to seek thy son.
All the charms of Sycorax, toads. These spirits hear me, and yet I needs must curse. But then Lord bait me, frighten me with urchin shots, bait me in mire, nor leave me like a farbrand in the dark unless he beat them. But for every traveler they set up on me. Sometimes I eat, they meow and chatter at me, and after bite me, and then like hedgehogs, try tumbling in my barefoot way round their bricks at my fall. Sometime am I all wound with adders, which with cloven tongues do hiss me to madness.
choose my opinion. Hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an island that the Hellenes suffer from a thunderbolt. Alas! The storm has come again! My sweetest supreme under his jeopardy. There's no other shelter hereabout. Misery acquaints a man with strange battles. I'll hear shrouds of the dregs of the stormy past. I shall not hurt to see. Here shall I die assured. This is a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort. The master, the swabber, the boatswain, and I, the gunner and his mate. Love Marlene, Mary, Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate. For she had a dog with a tag, would cry to a sailor, "Go hang!" She was not a sailor of turn or of pitch, yet a sailor might scratch her where'er she did itch. Then to sea boys, and let her go hang. This is a very scurvy tune, but here's my comfort. Do not torment me. What's the matter? Have we devils here? Do you put chicks upon with savages and men of Indy? Hell, I have not escaped drowning to be afeard now of your forelegs, for it had been said, as proper a man as they were right their forelegs cannot make him give ground. And it shall be said so again, my Stephanie. Brittle those things.
Spirit torments me! Help!
This is some monster of the isle with four legs, who had got, as I take it, an ague. Where did the machine learn our language? I will give him some relief if you do but for that. If I can recover him and keep him tailing at Naples with him, it's a present for any emperor that ever trod on his feather.
Do not torment me! Breathing! I'll bring my wood old master!
He's in his feet now, and does not talk after the wisest. He shall take from my battle. If he have never jumped by the ford, it will go near to remove his feet. If I can cover him and keep him tame, I will not take too much for him. He shall pay for him that had him, and that some... Oh, Shakespeare! Urât-ești, mă!
Some of me is but little hurt. The will to God, below it begin trembling. No prosper words upon thee.
Cover your lips! Open your mouth! Here is that which will give language to your cat. Open your mouth. This will shake your shaking, I can tell you. You cannot tell who's your friend. Open your chops again. I should know that voice. It should be, but she is drunk, and these are devils, so defend me. 4 legs and 2 voices. A most delicate monster. His forward voice is to speak well of his friend. His backward voice is to utter full speeches and to detract. If all the while in my battle will recover him, I will have his ague. Stephanie! Amen! Doth thy other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy, this is a devil and no monster. I will leave him, I have no one fool. Stephanie, if thou be Stephanie, touch me and speak to me, for I am Trincula, Binara Spirit, thy good friend Trincula. If thou be Trincula, come forth. Oh, I'll put thee by the legs for legs. If any be Trincula's legs, these are they. Whoa. I took him to be killed by the dinosaur. But that they're not drunk, Stephanie. Oh, I hope that we're not drunk. Is the storm of a bell? I hid me under the dead mooncalf's cavity for fear of the storm, but I
fine things and if they be not sprites. That's a brave God, the celestial. I will kneel to him.
How did thou escape? How camest thou hither? Swear by this battle how thou camest hither. I escaped upon a battle sack, which the sailors him overboard by this battle, which I made of the bark of a tree with my own hands since I was cast ashore.
I'll swear upon that battle to be nice for something, for that liquor, not earthly.
Here, swear that how thou escaped. So much Sherman, like a duck, I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn. Here is the book. Though thou canst swim like a duck, thou art made like a goose. Oh, Stephanie, has any more of these? The whole allotment. My cellar is in the rock by the seaside, where my wife is sick. How now, Luca? How does thy egg do?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of moon, I do assure thee, I was the midnight moon when time was.
I have seen thee there, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and that dog, and that bush.
Come, swear, kiss the book. I will furnish the room with new contents, swear. By this midnight, this is a very scurvy monster. I have heard of him. A very weak monster, though many no more. A most poor breathless monster. Well done, monster, in good soup.
I'll show thee every part on each of the island, and I'll kiss thy foot. I pray thee be my God.
By this good delight, a most perfidious and drunken monster. When God's asleep, he'll rock his body.
I'll kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy subject.
Come on then, down, and swear. But that the poor monsters in drink, an abominable monster. Come, kiss. I shall love myself to death at this puppy-headed monster. I can find it in my heart to beat. Oh, calm down. Calm down.
I'll show thee the best springs. I'll bring thee berries. I'll fish for thee and give thee wood enough. A plague upon the tavern that I serve. I'll bear him no more sticks, but follow thee the wondrous day.
A most poor breathless monster to make a wonder. A poor drunkard.
I pray thee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I, with my long hands, will dig the big nets, show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble marks. I'll bring thee to class your favor, and sometime I'll give thee young camels from the rock. Will thou go with me?
I pray thee now, lead away without any more talking. Tricula, the king, and all our company else, we will inherit here. Here, Tricula, bear my bottle. Fellow Tricula, we'll fill him by and by again. Oh, holy monsters! Come! Come! Sing!
Farewell, master, farewell, farewell.
Their beasts and sports are painful, and their labor, delight in them sets off. Some kinds of baseness are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. This, my mean task, would be as heavy to me as odious, but the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead, and makes my labors pleasures. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her father's crab. And he is composed of harshness. I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them up upon a soaring junction. My mistress weeps when she sees me work, and says such baseness had never like executor. I forget, but these thoughts do even refresh my labors most busiest when I do it.
Alas now, pray you work not so hard. I would the light you had burnt up those logs that you were enjoying to pile. Pray sit down and rest you. When this burns, 'twill weep for having wearied you. Sit down and rest yourself. My father's hard at study. He sleep for these 3 hours. Pray now rest yourself.
Oh, most dear mistress, the sun will set before I shall discharge what I must strive to do.
If you'll put your logs down, I'll bear your logs for that. Pray give me that. I'll carry it to the pile.
Precious creature, I had rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you should such dishonor undergo, while I sit lazy by.
It would become me as well as it does you, and I should do it with much more ease, for my good will is to it, and yours it is against.
Poor one, thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
You look weary.
No, noble mistress, 'tis fresh morning with me when you are by at night. I do beseech you, chiefly that I might set it in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my father, I broke your heads to say so.
Admire Miranda. Indeed, the top of admiration, worth what's dearest to the world. Full many a lady I have eyed with best regard, and many a time the harmony of their tongues hath into bondage brought my too diligent ear. For several virtues have I liked several women. Never any with so full soul, but some defect in her did quarrel with the noblest ratio and put it to the foil. But you, oh you, so perfect and so peerless, are created of every creature's best.
I do not know one of my sex. No woman's face remember save from my glass mine own. Nor have I seen more that I may commend in you, good friend, and my dear father. How features are broad and skill is some. But by my modesty, the jewel in my dower, I would not wish any companion in the world but you. Nor can imagination form a shape beside yourself to like of. But I prattle something too wildly. My father's precepts I therein forget.
I am in my condition a prince, Miranda. I do think a king. I would not so, and would no more endure this wooden slavery than to suffer the flesh fly blow my mouth. Hear my soul speak. The very instant that I saw you, did my heart fly to your service. There resides, to make me slave to it. And for your sake am I this patient love.
Do you love me?
O heaven, O earth, bear witness to this sound, and crown what I profess with kind event if I speak true. If hollowly, invert what best is owed me to mischief. I, beyond all limit of what else of the world, do love, prize, honor you.
But what I'm glad.
Very counter of two most rare affections. Heaven's ring grace on that which breeds between them.
Wherefore weep you?
And mine unworthiness, that dare not offer what I desire to give, and much less take what I shall die to want. It is trifling, and all the more it seeks to hide itself the bigger bulk it shows. Hence, bashful cunning. And prompt me, plain and holy innocence. I am your wife, if you will marry me. If not, I'll die your maid. To be your fellow, you may deny me, but I'll be your servant, whether you will or no.
My mistress, dearest, and I, thus humble, ever.
My husband is there?
Ay, with a heart as willing as bondage heir of freedom. Here's my hand.
And mine. My heart. And now farewell, till half an hour hence.
1,000,000.
So glad of this day. I cannot be more surprised with all. But my rejoicing at nothing can be more. I'll to my book. For yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining.
Hold not me. When the butt is out, we will drink water, not a dropping for. Huh? Therefore, bear up and pardon. Servant master, drink to me.
Servant master, the folly of the isle. They say there's but 5 upon the isle. We are 3 of them. If the other 2 be brave like us, the state paupers.
Drink, servant master, when I bid thee. Thy eyes are almost set in thy head.
Where should they be set up? He were a brave monster indeed, if they were setting his tail.
My man, monster, had drowned his tongue in sack. For my part, thus he cannot drown me. I swung that I could recover the shore 35 leagues off and on by this light. Thou shalt be my lieutenant, monster, or my standard.
Your lieutenant, if you list, is no standard,
We'll not run, monster.
nor go neither. But you lie like dogs and yet say nothing neither.
Munca, speak once in thy life, thou beast a good munca.
Honest and honor, let me lead thy ship. I'll not serve her. She's not valiant.
Thou lies, most ignorant monster. I am encased in just a constant. Why, thou debauched fish, thou was there ever been a coward that had drunk as much sack as I today? Well, thou tell a monstrous lie being half a fish and half a monster.
Look, she mocks me. Thou let her, my dame.
My dame, but he, that a monster should be such a natural.
Look it.
Chinkura, keep a good thought in your head. If you prove a mutineer, the next tree, the poor monster's my subject, and he shall not suffer in vain.
I think, my noble dame, will thou be pleased to hearken once again to this fair maiden thee?
Mary will I. Kneel I repeat it. I will stand. And so shall Chinkura.
As I told thee before, I'm subject to a tyrant.
him, and no more. Proceed.
I say by sorcery he got this island. From me he got it. If thy greatness will revenge it on him, which I no doubt there's, but this thing dare not.
That's most certain.
Thou shalt be queen of it, and I'll serve thee.
How now shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?
I, my king, I'll yield thee he must be. Dare thou mayst knock a nail into his head.
Do this, thou canst.
What the blind mean is this? Thou curvy bitch. I to beseech thy greatness give her blows, and take her daughter from her. When that's done, she shall bring naught but bride for, and not show her where the quick freshes are.
Chigura, entrap the monster one word farther, and I turn my mercy out of doors and make a stackfish of it. Why? I did nothing. I'll go further off. Didst thou not say polite?
Do this.
Do I so? Take thou. Oh, would you like this? Give me the light another time. I did not give the light. Out of your wits and hearing too. A box of your bottle. This thing I can drink into. I'm a rain on your monster and the devil to your fingers. Now forward of your tail.
Venture enough.
Huh? Pretty stunt order. Stand farther. 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 Come, proceed.
Why, as I told thee, it's a custom of the gentleman to sleep. Dare thou bring him. Have you seized his books? Or with a lock, that are his coat, or punch him with a stick, or cut his weapon with thy knife. Remember first to possess his books, for without them, he's but a sot, as I am, nor has not one spirit to command. They all do hate him as rootedly as I. Burn but his books. He has brave utensils. For so he calls them. And when he has a house, he'll live with us. But that was deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter. He himself calls her an unparalleled. I have never seen a woman, but only Sycorax, my dad, and she. But she has far surpassed Sycorax, as great the least.
Is it so brave a lass, master?
I might think she will become the bed I work and bring thee forth brave.
Master, I will kill this man. His daughter and I will be queen and queen. Save our graces, and Trincula and thyself should be vice queens. Does thou like the plot, Trincula?
Excellent.
Come on then. I'm sorry I beat thee, but while you live, keep a good tongue in thy head.
Within this half hour, Evreiesc, will thou destroy him then?
At thy request, master, I will do reason any reason. Come on, Trincula, let us sing. Flautemes, cautemes, cautemes, flautemes, that is free.
That's not the tune.
What does this say? The tune of our catch, played by the picture of nobody. If thou bist a man, show thyself in thy likeness. If thou bist a devil, then dost thou live. Oh, forgive me my sins. He that dies pays all debts. I defy
made me sleep again. And then, in dreaming, the clouds methought would open and show riches, ready to drop upon me. When I wake, I cry to dream again.
That shall be by and by again. This will prove a brave kingdom to me when I shall have my music for nothing.
When prosper is destroyed,
The sound is going away. Let's follow it, and after do our work.
Red Master will follow. I would like to see me steady, brother. He light it on. Will come. I'll follow steadfastly. Alarming day. I can go no further. My old pony. He's a maestro di 4 nights and meanders. My afflictions I this must rest me.
Oh, dame, I cannot blame thee. For myself attended to weariness, to dulling of my spirits. Sit down and rest. In here, I will put off my hope, and keep it no longer for my flatterer. He is drowned, whom thus we stray to find, and the sea mocks our frustrate search on land. Well, let him go!
I were glad that you told the phone. Do not for one because forgo the purpose that you do so today. The next adventure was a true. Let it be tonight, for now they are over to travel. They will not or cannot do such a vigilance when they are fresh.
I say tonight more.
What harmony is this? My good friend's harp?
Marvelous sweet music.
Give us kind keepers, tell us. What were these?
Women jewelry! Now believe that they're unicorns. And in Arabia there is one tree, a phoenix drawn, one phoenix, and it's our reigning there. I'll believe both. And what else does one credit come to me, and I'll be sworn is true. Travelers never did lie, though fools of hope condemn them.
If in neighbors I should report this now, would they believe me? If I should say I saw such islanders, for cities is that people of the island, who down the monstrous shape, yet now their manners are more gentle, kind, and our human generation shall find many, nay, almost any.
Honest dame, thou hast said well. For some of you there present are worse than devils.
I cannot too much muse. Such shapes, such chandler, and such perfect sweet. Although they want the use of tongue, they are perfect. Music seems.
Praise in departing.
They finished speaking. No matter, sing the let the wines behind, for we have stomachs.
Oh, please try.
Oh, you die.
Think. You need not fear. When we were girls, who would believe that there were such mountaineers, you lay by bones, whose hooves had hanging in them walls of flesh? Or that there were such men whose heads stood in their breasts, which now we find each put out of 5, which bring us good well enough.
I was sent to and freed. Although my last no matter, since I feel the best is past. Sister, Lady Duchess, stand to and do as we.
free men of sin, whom destiny that hath to instrument this lower world and all is it. The never-surfeited sea hath caused to belch of you, and on this island, where man doth not inhabit, you amongst men being most unfit to live. I have made you mad, and in with such like valor, men hang and drown their proper selves. You fools! I and my fellows are ministers of fate! The elements of whom your swords are tempered may well wound the loud winds, or with bemucked as stabs kill the still closing waters, as diminish one dowel that's in my plume. My fellow ministers are like invulnerable. If you could hurt, your swords are now too massive for your strength. You will not be able to. But remember, well, that's my business, that you free from millet and supplant could prosper, exposed unto the sea which hath acquitted him and his innocent child, for which foul deed the powers delay, not forgetting, having sensed the seas and shores, yet all the creatures against your peace. Thee of thy son, Alonso, they have bereft, and do pronounce my me lingering perdition, worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step attend you and your ways, whose wraths to guard you from, which here, on this most desolate isle, else falls upon your heads, is nothing but hard sorrow, and a clear life ensuing.
Greatly the figure of this harpy has now performed, my ally. A grace it had devouring. So, with good life and observation strange, my minor minister they several kinds have done. And these, mine enemies, are all knit up in their distractions. You now are in my power, and in these feats I leave you, while I visit young Ferdinand, whom you suppose is drowned, and yours and mine, love darling.
In the name of something holy, when he speak here, Master? Oh, it is monstrous, monstrous. He stopped. The billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing it to me, and the thunder, that deep and dreadful organ pipe, pronounced the name of Prosper. It did base my trustness. Therefore my son in wood is bedded, and I'll seek him deeper than our plummet sounded, and with him there my body!
But one minute at a time, and by the legion's over. I will I second.
All three of them are desperate. The great guild give them a great time afterward. Now gaze to buy the spirits. I do beseech you, but there are subtle joints. Follow them swiftly and hinder them from on this ecstasy may now provoke them. Follow, I pray you.
If I have too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends. For I have given you here a third of mine own life, or that for which I live. All thy vexations were but my trials of thy love, and thou hast strangely stood the test. Here, before heaven, I ratify this, my rich gift. Ferdinand, do not smile at me that I boast her off, for thou shalt find she will outstrip all praise, and make it hold behind.
I do believe it. Against an oracle.
So, as my gift and thine own acquisition worthily purchased, take my daughter. But, if thou dost break her virgin knot, before all sanctimonious ceremonies may with full and holy rite be ministered, No sweet aspersion shall the heavens let fall to make this contract grow. But barren hate, sour-eyed disdain, and discord shall bestrew the union of your bed with wit so loathly that you shall hate it both. Therefore, take heed, as Hymen's lamp shall light it.
As I hope for quiet days, fair issue, and long life, with such love as is now, the murkiest den, the most opportune place, the strong suggestion our worser genius can, shall never melt mine honor into lust, to take away the edge of that day's celebration, when I shall think, or Phoebus' deeds are foundered, or night kept chained below.
Fairly spoke. Sit then, and talk with her. She is thine own. What Ariel, my industrious servant Ariel?
What would my good master? Here I am.
Thou and thy meaner fellows, your last service did worthily perform, and I must use you in such another trick. Go bring the rabble, over him I give thee power, here to this place. Incite them to quick motions, for I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of mine art. It is my promise, and they expect it from me.
Presently?
Aye, with a twink.
Do you love me, master? No?
Dearly, my delicate Ariel. Dearly. Do not approach till thou dost hear me call.
I go. Go.
Look thou, be true. The stronger oaths are straw to the fire in the blood. Be more abstemious, or else thy might your vows.
I warrant you, sir. The white cold virgin snow upon my heart abates the ardor of my liver.
Well. Now, no tongue, all eyes. Come, my Ariel, bring a corollary rather than want the spirit. Appear and partly.
Service, most bounteous lady, thy rich lease of wheat, rye, barley, vetches, oats, and peas. Thy turfy mountains where live nibbling sheep, and flat meads thatched with stover, them to keep. Thy banks with pine, and twilit brims which spongy April at thy hasby trims to make cold nymphs chaste crowns. And thy broom groves, whose shadow the dismissed bachelor loves, being last lord. Thy pole-clipped vineyard, and icy marge, sterile and rocky hard, where thou thyself dost err. The queen of the sky, whose watery arch and messenger am I, bids thee leave these, and with her sovereign grace, here on this grass plot, in this very place, to come and sport. Her peacocks fly amain, approach, rich Ceres, her to entertain.
Hey, many-colored messenger, that ne'er dost disobey the wife of Jupiter, who with thy saffron wings upon my flowers diffusest honey drops, refreshing showers, and with each end of thy blue bow dost crown my bosky acres, and my unshrubbed down, rich scarf to my proud earth. Why hath thy queen summoned thee here to this short grass green?
A contract of true love to celebrate, and some donation freely to estate to these blessed lovers.
Tell me, heavenly body, as thou dost know, Venus or her son,
her blind voice kindled company. I have forsworn. Of her society, be not afraid. I have met her deity, cutting the clouds toward Paphos, and her son doth drown with her. Here, thought they to have done some wanton charm of this man and maid, whose vows are that no bad right shall be paid, till heaven's torches lighted, but in vain. Mars's hot minion is returned again. Her waspish-headed son has broke his arrows, swears he will shoot no more, but play with sparrows and be a boy right out.
Hi, Queen of State! Great Juno comes. I know her by her gaze. How does my bounteous sister? Go with me, to bless this twain, that they may prosperous be, and honored in their issue. Honor, riches, marriage, blessings, long continuance and increasing, early joys be still upon you. Juno sings her blessings on you. Earth's increase, poison plenty, barns and garners never empty, vines with clustering bunches growing, blessed with goodly bird and bowing. Spring come to you at the farthest, in the very end of harvest. Scarcity and one shall shun you. Ceres' blessings so wish on you.
This is a most majestic vision, and harmonious charmingly. May I be both to think these spirits?
Spirits, which by my art I have from very confined school, to enact my present fancies.
Let me live here ever. So ran a wondered father, and the wife makes this place paradise.
Sweet. Now silence. Hush and be mute. Juno and Ceres whisper seriously. There's something else to do. Silence, or else our spell is marred.
Hey, nymphs, cold naiads of the winding brooks, with your sage crowns and ever harmless looks, leave your crisp channels and on this green land answer your summons. Juno does command. Come, Tempest nymphs, and help to celebrate the contract of true love. Be not too late. You somewhat sicker men of August weary, come hither from the furrow and be merry. Your rice straw hat put on, and these fresh leaves encounter everyone in country footing.
Honor, riches, marriage, blessings, long continuance and increasing, early joys be still upon you. Juno sings her blessings on you. Earth's increase,
forgot that foul conspiracy of the beast Caliban and his companions against my life. The moment of their plot has almost come. Well done! Avoid! No more!
This is strange. Your father is in some passion that works him strongly.
Never till this day saw I him touched by anger so distempered.
You do look, my son, in a move sort, as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful, sir. Our revels are now ended. These are actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits, and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the solemn temples, the gorgeous palaces, the great globe itself, the all which it inherit, shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. And our little life is rounded with a sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness. My old brain is troubled. Please be not be disturbed with my infirmity. If you be pleased, retire to my cell, and there repose. A turn or two I walk to still my beating mind.
We wish you peace.
I thank thee, Ariel. Come. Approach.
My thoughts I keep to. What's thy pleasure?
Spirits, we must prepare to meet with Caliban.
Aye. When I presented Ceres, I thought to have told thee of it, but I feared lest I might anger thee.
Say again, where did thou leave these varlets?
I told you, sir. They were red hot with drinking, so full of valor they smote the air for breathing in their faces, beat the ground for kissing of their feet, but always bending towards their project. Then I beat my tower, at which, like unbacked colts, they pricked up their ears, advanced their eyelids, lifted up their noses as they smelt music. So I charmed their ears that, cat-like, they, my lowing, followed through toothed briars, sharp furzes, pricking gorse, and thorns, which entered their frail shins. At last I left them, its filthy mental pool beyond your cell. There, dancing up to the chins, did the foul lake or stunk their feet.
This was well done, my boy. Thy shape invisible retain thou still. The trumper in my house. Go bring it hither for straight to catch these thieves.
I go, I go.
A devil. A born devil. On whose nature nurture can never stick. On whom my pains, all lost, quite lost. And as with age, his body uglier grows, so his mind cankers. I will plague them all, even to roaring. Come, hang them on this line.
Pray you, tread softly that the blind mole may not hear of it all. We now are near his cell.
Monsieur, your baby, which you say is a harmless baby, has done it a better play than to check with us.
Master, I do smell all horse piss, and with my nose is in great indignation.
A soul is mine. Do you hear, master? Look, if I should take a displeasure against
Without
you
word but alas, master. Good my name, give me thy favor still. Be patient, for the prize I'll bring thee to shall hoodwink these mischance. Therefore, speak softly,
quiet. Sit down here. This is the muffled cell. No noise and enter. Do that good mischief, which may make this island thine own forever, and I, thy caliban, for aid thy foot liquor.
Give me thy hand.
I do it in heaven.
Where is Stephanie? Oh, dear. Oh, where is Stephanie? Look what a word of yours for thee.
Let it alone now, fool. It is but trash.
Oh, Master, we know what belongs to a free. Oh, please, Stephanie.
Put on that gown, Chibula. By this head! I have that gown.
Like Rachel, have it.
The dropsy drowned this fool. What do you mean the dog does with such luggage? Let it alone. Into the murder first. If he awake, from those to crowded pillars, skins with pinches, make us strange stuff.
Be quiet, master. Mistress Lane, this is not my jerkin. Now is the jerkin under the line. Now, jerkin, you are like to lose your hair and prove a bulge.
Juju, we still by line and level. You like her brace?
I thank thee for that jest. He's another garment for it shall not go anywhere that while I am queen of this country. Still by line and level is an excellent piece of fate. There's another garment for it.
Master, come put some lime over your fingers and away with the rest.
I'll have none of it. We shall lose our time and all be turned to barnacles, or aim to it for his villainous love.
Master, leg to your fingers. Help to bear this away with my hack's head of iris, or I turn you out of my kingdom. Go to carry this. And this.
Hey, Mountain, hey!
Silver! There goes Silver!
Fury! Fury! That island, there! Hark! Hark! Go charge my goblins that they grind their joints with dry convulsions. Shorten up their sinews with age cramps, and more pinch-spotted make them than Paddock at
Hark!
the mountain.
They roar!
Let them be hunted soundly. At this hour lie at my mercy all mine enemies. Shortly shall all my labors end, and thou shalt have the heirs at freedom. For a little, follow and do me service. Now does my project gather to a head. My charms crack not, my spirits obey. And time goes up when I do this carriage. How's the day?
On the 6th hour, at which time, my lord, you said our work should cease.
I did say so when I first raised the Tempest. Say, my spirit, how fares the queen, the followers?
Confined in the same fashion as you gave in charge. Just as you left them. All prisoners, sir. In the lime grove that weather fends your cell. They cannot budge till your release. The queen, her sister, and yours abide all three distracted. And the remainder mourning over them, brimful of sorrow and dismay. But chiefly heard that you turned, sir. The good old Dame Gonzala. Her tears run down her face like winter's drops from eaves of reeds. Your charm so strongly works them, that if you now beheld them, your affections would become tender.
Dost thou think so, spirit?
Mine would, sir, were I human.
And I shall shalt but touch, a feeling of their afflictions, and shall not myself, that relish all as sharply passion as they, be kindlier moved than thou art. That with their high wrongs I'm struck to the quick. Yet with my nobler reason, against my fury, do I take part. They being penitent, the sole drift of my purpose doth extend not a frown further. Go release them, Ariel. My charms I'll break, their spirits I'll restore, and they shall be themselves.
I'll fetch them, sir.
Yells of hills, brooks, standing lakes, and groves. And he that on the pastime with printless foot do chase the ebbing Neptune, and do fly him when he comes back. You demi puppets that by moonshine do the green sour ringlets make, whereof the ewe not bites. Any that on the pastime to make the mushrooms, by whose aid, which masters though we be, I have bidden the noontide sun, call forth the mutinous winds, and twixt the green sea and the azure fall set roaring war. To the great rattling thunder have I given fire, and rifted Jove's stout oak with his own bolt. The strong based promontory have I made shake, and by the spurs plucked up the pine and cedar. Graves at my command have waked their sleepers, oped, and let them forth by my so potent art. But this rough magic I here abjure, and when I have required some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work mine hand upon their senses that is, as your charm is full, I'll break my stuff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than it ever plummets sound, I'll draw my book. A solemn man, and the best comforter to an unsettled fancy. Cure thy brains, now use them, poised within thy skull. Then stand, for you are spell stopped. Holy Gonzala, mine eyes, even sociable to these show of thine, fall fellowly drops. The charm dissolves apace, and as the morning steals upon the night, melting the darkness, so the rising senses begin to chase the ignorant fumes that mantle their clear reason. O good Gonzala, my true preserver, and loyal dame to him thou followest, I will pay thy grace at home, both in word and deed. Most cruelly didst thou, Alonso, used me and my daughter. Thy sister was a furtherer in the act. Thou art pinched for now, Sebastian. Flesh and blood, you, sister mine, that entertain ambition, expel remorse in nature, whom with Sebastian, whose inward pinches are therefore most strong, would have you killed your queen. I do forgive thee, unnatural as thou art. Their understanding begins to swell, and as the morning steals upon the night, melting the darkness. The approaching tide will shortly fill the reasonable shore, that now lies foul and muddy. Not one of them that yet looks on me, or know me. Ariel, fetch me the mantle in my cell. I will discase me, and myself present as I was sometime, Milan. Quickly, spirit, thou shalt ere long be free.
Where the bee sucks, there suck I. In the cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. Where the bee sucks, there suck I. In the cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. I do fly after summer. Merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now. Under the blossoms that hang on the bough. I do fly after summer. Merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now. Under the blossoms that hang on the bough.
That's my dainty Harry. Thou shalt have freedom. I shall miss thee, but yet thou shalt have it. So, to the Queen's ship, invisible as thou art. There shall you find the mariners asleep under the hatches. The master and the boatswain being away, enforce them to this place, and present they agree.
I drink the air before me and return or hear your pulse twice beats.
Oh, torment, trouble, and amazement habits here. And all that somehow involved that guide us out of this fearful country.
Behold, sad queen, the wronged Duke of Milan, Prospero. For more assurance that the living prince does not speak to thee, I embrace thy body, and to thee and thy company I bid a hearty welcome.
Though this here or no, or some enchanted trifle to abuse me, as late I have been, I not know. Thy pulse beats as a flash of blood, and since I saw thee, the affliction of my mind laments, with which I fear a madness held me. This must crave a most true story. Thy dukedom I resign and entreat thou pardon me my wrongs. But how should Prospero be living and be here?
First, noble dame, let me embrace thy queen, whose honor cannot be measured or confined.
Whether this be or be not, I must swear.
Do you taste some subtleties of the isle that would not let you sitting certain? Welcome, my friends all, but you, my brace of babes. Were I so minded, I here could pluck her frowness upon you, and justify your traitor. At this time I will tell no tale.
Devil speaks on him.
No. For you, most wicked dame, whom to call sister would even infect mother. I do forgive thee, and require from you my dukedom, which perforce I know thou must restore.
Where thou bist here or no, and you are Prospero, give us particulars. How thou camest here, you, which 3 hours since were wrapped upon this shore, for I have lost. Oh, how sharp the point of these remembrances. My dear son, Ferdinand.
I move for the day.
Irreparable is the loss. and patience says it is past cure.
I rather think you have not sought her help. Of course, O Grace, for the like loss, I have from sovereign aid, and the rest myself content.
You, the like loss,
As great to me as late, and supportable to make the dear loss have I needs much weaker than you might have to call your own. For I must just lost my daughter.
daughter, oh heavens, that they are living both in Naples, the king and queen there that they were. I wish myself were muddied in the woozy bed of my salons. Where did you lose your daughter?
In this last tempest, I perceive these dames at this encounter do so much encounter that they scarce think their eyes to offices of truth, and they devour their reason. Their words are natural breath. But, howsoever you've been justled from your senses, know for certain that I am Prospero, and that very duke which was thrust forth of Milan, whom, most strangely, upon this shore where you were wrapped, was landed to be Lordont. No more yet of this, for it is a chronicle of day by day, not a relationship for breakfast, nor befitting this first meeting. Welcome, then. This serves my court. Here I have my few attendants and subjects, none abroad. Pray you, look in. My dukedom, since you've given me again, I will requite you with as good a thing. At least bring forth a wonder to content ye, as much as me, my dukedom.
Sweet lord, you play me false.
No, my dearest love, I would not for the world.
Yes, for a score of kingdoms you should wrangle, and I would call it fair play.
Will this prove a vision of the island? One dear son shall I twice lose. A most high miracle.
Though the seas threaten, they are merciful. I have cursed them without cause.
Now all the blessings of a glad mother compass thee about. Rise and say, how thou camest here?
Oh, wonder! How many goodly creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is! Oh, brave new world! It has such creatures in it!
'Tis new to thee.
What is this maid with whom thou wast playing? Your eldest acquaintance cannot be 3 hours. Is she the goddess that has summoned us and brought us thus together?
Dame, she is mortal, but by immortal providence she's mine. I chose her when I could not ask my mother for her guidance, nor thought I had one. She is daughter to this famous Duke of Milan, of whom so often I have heard renown, but never saw before, of whom I have received a second life. And second father, this lady makes him to me.
I'm hers. But oh, how oddly will it sound that I must ask my child forgiveness.
There then, stop. Let us not burden our remembrance with the heaviness that's gone.
I have inly wept, or should have spoken this. Look down, you cats, and on this couple drop the blessed crown. For it is you that have chucked for the way to brought us hither.
I say amen, Gonzala.
Was Milan trust from Milan, that is he who should become king of Naples? Oh, rejoice beyond the common joy, and set it down with gold on lasting pillars. In one voyage did Claribel find her husband at Tunis, and Ferdinand her brother found a wife where he himself was lost. Prospero, a dukedom in a poor isle, and all of us ourselves, when no man was his own.
Give me your hand. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart, that does not wish you joy.
Amen. Amen. Look, Dave, look. There's more of us. If I prophesied the Gamma was alive, this fellow could not reach long. Dave, what's the news?
The best news is that we have finally found a queen in company. The next, our ship, with but 3 glasses since we gave us fleet, is tight and yarn bravely rigged, as when we first put out to sea.
Sir,
These must pray.
all this service have I done.
These are not natural events. They spread so from strange to stranger. Say, how can you
Dane, I were well awake as Rob to tell you. We were dead asleep, and how we know not all clapped on their hatches. Where, but even now, with strange and several noises of roaring, shrieking, howling, jingling chains, we were awaked, straightway at liberty, where we, in all dream, freshly beheld our royal good and gallant ship, our master capering to him. In a trice, so please even a dream, where we divided from him. We brought Moby here.
Well done.
Bravely, my diligence. Thou shalt be free.
This is as strange a maze as a mantrode, and there is in this business more than nature has ever conducted. Some oracle must rectify our knowledge.
Look, my dear. Do not infest your mind with the strangers of this business. At big leisure, we shall be shortly, single and resolve you, which to you shall seem probable, of every dishappened accident. Till then, be cheerful, and think of each thing well. Come hither, spirit. Set Caliban and his companions free. Untie the spell. How fares my gracious Dane? There are yet missing of your company some few old ones that we remember not.
Every man shift from all the rest, and let no man take care of themselves, for all is but fortune.
But the badges of these ones, and say it shall be true. This misshapen knave, his mother was a witch, and one so strong that could control the moon, make flows and ebbs, and deal in her command without her power. These three have robbed me, and this demi-devil, for he's a bastard one, has plotted with them to take my life. Two of these fellows you must know and own. This thing of darkness, I acknowledge mine.
I shall be pinched to death.
Is not this Stephanie, my drunken maid?
She is drunk now. Where she got the wine?
And Trincula, she's reeling right. Where should they find these grand liquors that had gilded them? How came thou is this pickle? I have been in such a pickle since I saw you last, that I hear me never out of my voice. I shall not fear fly blown.
Hello, Stephanie.
Oh, touch me not. I am not Stephanie, but a cramp.
Oh, you'd be queen of the isle.
Maybe.
I should have been a sir one then. This is a strange thing as I look to.
He is as disproportioned in his manner as in his shape. Go, Sira, to my cell. As you look to have my pardon, treat it handsomely.
Hey, that I will. And I'll be wise hereafter, and seek for grace. Thrice double ass was I to take this drunkard from God and worship this dull fool.
Go to hands and take your luggage from where you took it.
Hans, and bestow your luggage where you found it.
Or stout brother.
to my procell, where you shall take the rest for this one night, which part of it I'll waste it with such discourse as, I know that, shall make it go quickly away. The story of my life, and the particular accidents gone by since I came to this island. And then retire me to my mill, where I have hoped to see the nuptial of these and these beloved solemnized. And then to my dukedom, where every third thought shall be my grave.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the years strangely.
I'll deliver it old, and promise you calm seas, auspicious gales, and sea so expeditions that shall catch your royal fleet far off. Ariel, chick, that is thy charge. Then, to the elements, be free. And fare thou well. Farewell. Please you, draw near. Now, my charms are all overthrown, and whatever strength I have is mine own, which is most faint. Now, 'tis true, I must be here confined by you, or sent to Naples. Let me not, since I have my dukedom got, and pardon the deceiver, dwell in this bare island by your spell. But release me from my bands with the help of your good hand. Gentle breath of yours my sail must fill, or else my project fails, which was to please. Now, I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant, and my ending is despair, unless I be relieved by prayer, which pierces so that it assaults mercy itself and frees all faults. As you from crimes would pardon be, let your indulgence set me free.